Welcome everybody to Before the Millions Trading Academy. Today we are going to be breaking down Dxtrade. This is the web version. That's why it does say, what is this, GUI trade? That's kind of funny. But this is Dxtrade, I guess, through GUI trade. I know a lot of people are going through a transitional, well, we're all going through a transitional period as traders, especially if you're in the US with prop firms, brokers, Metatrader 4. There's a whole lot going on. I know certain people are confused, certain people are scared, certain people are just curious and just want to know what the future is. And I trust me, I 100% feel you. I 100% understand. I will be doing another video kind of breaking down what's going on, at least to the best of my knowledge. There's a lot of hearsay, there is a lot of speculation, a lot of things are not solid facts because people don't know. So today, especially today, and just in general, I like to focus more on the facts and less on speculation. And here are the facts. A lot of brokers and a lot of funded companies are no longer, especially if you're in the US, are no longer on Metatrader 4, Metatrader 5. Fact. Reasoning, people have different answers. But fact is, they're no longer there. These brokers and these funded companies are simply transitioning to different platforms, whether it be TradeLocker, Dxtrade, C Trader, plethora of platforms. Fact. If you want to keep trading with your lovely 500 leverage broker or, funded company, you're going to have to learn how to use the new platform. Fact. Right. So today we are simply here to understand how to use Dxtrade. Now, if you trade with the funded company that I trade with personally, I trade with Funded Trading Plus, and I've traded with multiple ones, but that's just the current one that I'm using. Funded Trading Plus this week, today is February 25th. This is the first trading day and week that we are officially on Dxtrade as US traders. The last day on Metatrader 4 and 5 was Friday, at least for the foreseeable future. So, like I said, I wanted to make this video to break down, for those that's going through that transition, to break down how to use this platform. Again, guys, I want you guys to keep in mind before we get into this, a lot of people spend too much time and energy and mental fortitude worrying and thinking about the broker they're trading with, the prop firm, the platform they're trading with. And I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The platform that we trade with, the broker that you trade on, these are simply platforms. Think about it like basketball, right? It's just a court that we play on. It's just a field we play soccer on. At the end of the day, if you're a great basketball player, no matter what court you go on, whether it's a rec court, an NBA court, a college court, no matter what state you're in, you're going to cook because you are great at the sport. If you're a great trader, it does not matter what broker you trade on, it doesn't matter what platform you trade on, you will make money because you are good at the sport, right? So spend more time, spend more energy focusing on the skill, focus on getting right in that aspect. Of course, make sure you have a safe, structured, good broker that you're comfortable with, or prop firm that you're comfortable with. But don't kill yourselves stressing about what's the future is going to bring. Focus on the facts and focus on the skill, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. Dxtrade, honestly, yes, it looks a little different, but if you use maybe sway charts or something like that, it's honestly not that big of a difference. I've seen this model before with other web trading apps. So let's go ahead and get into this. First and foremost, right? Up top, if you look at the top of my screen, this top banner, you see my equity here. So like I said, this is a Funded Trading Plus account, $25,000 challenge, currently still in the challenge phase. Bought it maybe about a week ago or so. Currently up 1,600. The goal is 2,500. I'm currently up 1,800, 1,840. The goal is 2,500. So by the grace of God, we should be there this week, right? So as you can see, it has my balance, the equity, the free margin and everything. My P&L is zero because I'm not currently in any trades, right? This upper banner is very, very straightforward and simple. Here it shows your account. If you have multiple accounts, they will all show there. That's how you would flip through different accounts that you have. Now, on the left-hand side over here, this is my watch list. As you can see, we have different pairs here. Now, this is the automatically generated watch list. If you click over here where this lock sign and arrow is, you will see public list, which is this is the public list. and you'll see my list. So you can create your own watch list if you have one. I have not created mine yet. I will do that tonight. But default watch list just has all these pairs already there for you. This is how your screen will originally come. Now, if you wanted to add things to your watch list, honestly, I would advise just making your own watch list and adding everything there and kind of just moving like that. Now, if you look to the right-hand side, this plus sign, this is where you can change. So if you don't want this section, so as you can see, the screen is broken up into 4 sections. This section, if you wanted to be maybe position something else, this is where you would do that. I would advise just leaving the watch list there. You don't really need to do anything with this plus sign. Don't worry about it. And beside that plus sign, give me 1 second. Now I'm gonna be honest, right? This thing does move a bit slow, especially when the chart is changing. But I'm gonna save my review and how I feel about the platform for the end, right? This 3 dots right here, this is how you would change from, a list, or if you wanted it to be kind of like this, where the buy and sell buttons are ready for you. Depending if I don't know, that'd be beneficial for you, but that's there, right? Over here, you have the 2 blocks stacked on top of each other. This is how you would separate this box and make it a new tab, right? So if I wanted to make it a separate new like window tab, that's what you will press it for. Now, if I do it, it's going to cut the whole recording off. I'm not going to press it again. But I don't really, again, that's another tool that I don't think you would need, but it is there, right? I wanted to make sure you guys know everything that's here for you. But that's essentially what this is. This is simply just your watch list where you could click whatever pair you wanted to click on. If you click on a pair, like if I click on XAU USD, as you can see, the chart over here is loading up and it's going to show me the gold chart. I can also sell and buy directly from this section. If I just click the sell button, right, it will, generate a sell order for me. Or at least put me in the process of getting in my sell order, right? So, of course, you can scroll right and scroll left, but you don't really need none of that. So that's essentially the watch list for you. Next up is the chart, which is right beside it. Let me see if I can give this thing more space. Right, you can kind of edit your window sizings. If you hit the edge, you just if the line is going to highlight, and you can click on it and adjust how you want your windows to be sized. But here's a gold chart. I'm gonna be honest, it is ugly. It's completely ugly. I would not advise anybody to do any type of analysis on this chart. I'm gonna be completely honest. If you're able to analyze on this chart, you are a beast and you deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, right? But no one should be doing any analysis on this chart. Honestly, it's ugly, right? But this is the chart here. You can buy and sell directly from here by just clicking the buy or sell button. You can edit your lot size right here where it says 0.01. I can change this to whatever I want it to be in terms of my lot size. So this is where you'll be editing your lot size before you enter your trades. Now, beside that buy button, you see 1M, right? 1M, this is where I can change the time frame, look at different time frames. We all know you can do that on Metatrader 4 and 5 too. If you're already knowledgeable about what MT4 and MT5 is, it's not going to be that hard to adjust to this because you're gonna already know what these buttons do. This thing just has a whole lot of features. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of features doesn't always mean better. But we moving on. I'm gonna say my personal opinion for the end. The right, this way you can change your candle type. If you want line, bar, and candle, original candle is the only options they have. Beside that, this is where you can choose to have a crosshair, right? And this is a crosshair, this cross where I can go to a specific price. You could turn your crosshair off. You can do it however you wanted to do it. Just personal preference, right? Here, this is important, right? So beside the crosshair, this L, right? If I was to click this arrow, this gives me whether I want to do a buy limit, sell limit, or buy stop or sell stop. So this is where I set my pending orders. If you go to L, that's if I wanted to set a sell limit. I'm not here to teach people how to set sell limits, right? But if you wanted to set a sell limit, what you would do is, you'll come here, you click on that L, right? And if you pay attention, right now, the current gold price is 2031, and it's it's moving. there's no line on the chart like this. There's no gray line on the chart, which is another thing that MetaTrader 4 and 5 has that this doesn't, and it's kind of annoying. I'm trying to find how to turn it on, but it doesn't currently have a line showing what the current price is. But now if you turn on your limit, you see the line pops up. So it's letting you know what the current price is because that gray line popped up. Let me turn it off. It's gone and it's back, right? So that's the only way you can see the current price, at least that I saw. So if I wanted to set a buy limit, I already pressed the L button, right? I'll just go to wherever I wanted my limit price to be. Let's say I wanted it to be right here at 2017.58. I just click it. And when it pops up, and this is what's pretty cool, right? And I'm going to go deeper into this. But this was pretty cool. You can actually see all the details of the order here, right? It says the pair that I'm trading, and I can change it here if I wanted to. I'm letting them know the limit. I'm doing a limit. You can put your lot size. And let me redo this. There we go. So I can put my lot size, right? So my lot size is here. And then I could do whether I'm trying to do a sell limit or buy limit for it. The price that I clicked, right, is the entry price that is automatically set there, right, which is 2016.94. Now, when I put a stop loss, so if you wanted to add a stop, so right now, if I was to send order, it would simply put a buy stop or a buy limit or a sell limit for me with no stop loss or TP. Now, if you wanted to edit and put a stop loss and TP in your order, you would have to press protection orders. And this is where you will click, put a stop loss on your trade. So let's say I wanted my stop loss to be 2010, right? 2010. Now, entry price is 2016.94. Stop loss is 2010. Let's say my take profit, let me turn that on. Let's say I wanted my take profit to be 2020. Now, this here is letting me know, right? This is the one good thing that I was not. Let me chill. This is one of the good things that I like about Dxtrade. Similar thing that Metatrader 5 did that Metatrader 4 didn't. And I really, really love this update, especially for those that are very worried about risk management, as you should be. Now, as you can see, whenever I put my stop loss, it's letting me know what amount of pips it is. So this is 694 pips. It's letting me know how much I'm projected to lose. I'm going to lose, if I was to put a standard on this trade with this stop loss, I'm going to lose $694, which is 2.59% of my trade, right? It's letting you know the percentage of your trade that you're risking. Now, let's say I said, okay, that's too much. I only want to do a 0.50. Oops. I want to do a 0.50, right? As you can see, it edited it, and immediately it shows me, okay, now my projected loss is $347, which is 1.26% of my account, right? And if it was to hit TP, right, that's 306 pips. That's $153, which is 0.57% of my account. So I like that feature. You can edit as you're getting into the trade, you can edit your price, you can edit your lot size, and it literally tells you immediately when you put your stop loss, how much you're risking, and what the percentage of your account that is, right? That is super key as a trader. And then same goes if you're doing a buy stop, it'll just be the opposite. I apologize for the ding family. Let me put this ringer on. But same thing for the buy stop, right? You would just, click your buy stop, and then again, it pops up automatically, asks you to put in the details, and you put in your details, and you set your trade, and you walk away, right? And if you do set it, so let me go ahead and I'm going to set me a sell stop real quick here, and I'm going to do a 0.01 lot so you guys can see how it is. The sell stop price will be 2021.32. Protective orders, I'm going to put me a stop loss at 2123. I'm going to put me a take profit at 2019, right? So if I were to do a 0.01 at this stop price for sell stop, my stop loss is 168. I don't think that's right. Maybe like 16 pips. Projected to lose $1.68, and projected to win $2.32 if it wins, if my trade hits TP, right? So everything is set, I'll go ahead and send order. Now, when you send order, as you can see on the bottom of my screen, there's nothing changed in my position. Now, if I hit orders, you can see my pending orders there, right? So I'm going to go deeper into the position screen after. We're going to come back to it, but I wanted to show you guys this is what it will look like when you're in the trade. Now, if you come back to my chart screen, right? If you pay attention to the chart screen, and I can actually make this bigger for you guys. If I hit this, right? This you see beside, like I said, beside these two blocks, beside that is to make your screen bigger and to make it smaller, right? So if you want to see a bigger chart, as you can see here, my stop loss is set. My sell stop is set, and you can see it on your screen. That I like. It shows the line of where my sell stop is, this red dotted line, right? And if I click on it, you can see, let me kind of zoom in for you guys. You can see where my stop loss and TP is, right? It shows this green line. This is my stop loss here, this green line, and this is my take profit line. So yeah, I can see visually on the screen where my entry, my stop loss, and take profit is. I really, really like that, right? So that's there for me. Next, beside that is your chart settings. This is where you can come and edit your chart. Now, you may have a floating box data, right? If you have that, I'm gonna let it load up. This thing does take a quick little second to load up the chart anytime you make a change. But as you can see, it's kind of annoying, right? This box follows your mouse key. So if you want to just get rid of that, go to chart settings, these lines next to the X, chart settings, make sure it's on fixed data box where the crosshair is. Now I would advise you guys to turn off watermark. I turn it off because it is annoying. Other than that, I don't really change anything with the chart unless you care for color change. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a lot of time here except for execution. There's literally just going to be execution. I'm not going to do any analysis or anything like that on this website, completely honest. And digging deeper into this, right, of course, you have beside the sell stop and sell limit, buy stop, buy limit section, you have over here where you can go ahead and bring your tools. Now, I will say the tools are nice, right? You can go ahead and bring your boxes when you're trying to draw your trend lines, or you want to draw your zones, or whatever you want to draw, right? You can. This is actually really nice what they got there in terms of the tools. Very smooth. You can zoom in and zoom out of your chart with this tool, right? Here, this is where you add indicators, right? So let me go back. It's kind of like the Science Lab tool. It's where you can add indicators. The indicators are so ugly, I'm being honest. But if you wanted to add an indicator to your chart, what you would do, if I wanted to add the ADX, I just simply click it, drag it here. This is where I can do any editing that I want to do on that specific indicator. Hit done, and it will add it to my screen. Give it a second. And as you can see, my ADX is right here. Like I said, it's very ugly. I really wouldn't advise people to use this for any type of analysis, but to each is his own, right? So if you wanted to take that away, you just go back to the indicator spot, click it, hit the X, hit done, and it is now gone. And then last but not least, let this thing load up real quick. We got the settings here, and like I said, that's just like this lines, these lines, you could do chart settings from there. Now one thing I do want to say in terms of the chart. Now over here on the time frame, this way you can change your time frame. You can also change it at these lines over here on the bottom where it says aggregation. I don't even look. I don't care. As you can see, no matter what time frame you're on, it's letting you know how much data you're gonna get. So if you're on the H1 time frame, it's gonna show me a month worth of data with the H1 time frame. So as you can see, as I move back, right, the data is only going to show me a month's worth of data, right? The first day is that I can see is January 28th, right? So if I click this on the bottom, it's going to kind of zoom through it quickly. So that kind of sucks, but like I said, you're not going to be using this for analysis anyway, so you really shouldn't trip. But like I said, if I went to the M5, I'm only going to see 4 days worth of data, right? So if you're using something like a moving average, your moving average is not going to be the same on here as it's going to be on your trading view, because A moving average looks, you need data for moving averages. So for example, if you have a moving average like 500, it needs to calculate the last 500 candles. Now, if your thing doesn't show 500 candles, it can't calculate it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like not really effective to do your any analysis here. But yeah, kind of sucks. It only shows you a limited amount of information on depending on the time frame you're on. So that's pretty much it with the chart. You can also change whatever pair you want to look at by clicking this and literally just, typing it in. They should all pop up. If I want to look at Bitcoin, I can just click it and that chart will arrive. All right. Now we got Bitcoin. All right. So pretty decent. Now here on the right hand side, we have another watch list. Now I would be honest, if like I said, if you click this 3 dots, remember this shows different view types. As you can see, it's a watch list too. I don't think you need this. So in my opinion, just go ahead and press that X. That's what I'm gonna do because it's the same thing. You don't need 2 watch lists, but that's just how the screen comes. So you can put another tab there and have something else there if you wanted it to be. So last but not least, we got this positioning tool here that shows our position. So if I have click positions, it's going to show me my current positions. Order is going to show me what orders, pending orders. Order history is going to show me, exactly that. Your order history, when you got in, when you got out, literally whatever you do. If you modify a trade, everything, every single time you click a button, it's going to be shown in your order history. Your trade history is going to show the actual trades that you got in, just simple P&L. This was just me just playing around with it after, just signing in. If you hit this plus sign, again, you can change this part to, instead of being positions, to be something else. Again, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but to each its own, you have that freedom there, right? So, like I said, this is a pretty simple software. I just wanted to break down the different tabs real quick for you guys. But now I'm going to go into the practical things that you're going to need, which is how to enter a trade, how to modify your trade, close your trades, risk, simple risk management, how to know what you're doing in terms of how to know how much you're risking per trade. And last but not least, just my honest opinion and review on the website, right? So how to enter and exit a trade. I'm just going to kind of go through the breakdown. Now, if you're looking at a setup on TradingView, right? Let's say you came to TradingView, right? Let's say you came to TradingView, you've seen a setup, whatever the case may be. The price here is going to may be different, right? Depending on what broker you are looking at on TradingView. Every time you pull up a pair on TradingView, right? AUDUSD, these are all different brokers, and different brokers have different price feeds. 99% of the time, it's really similar in terms of the number. The number is very close, but the exact number may be different, right? So, in terms of the pipette. So just to ensure you getting the right entries and stuff like that, you gotta that may be a little difficult, right? So let me kind of just break down how that's gonna work. If you see a setup here and you wanted to get in, if it's market execution and you see it's ready, you can simply, so let's say I wanted to enter an AUDUSD sell at this exact moment. What I would do is I'll come to my Dxtrade, I'll find my AUDUSD. I have 2 options. I could just hit sell, right, which is right here. Let me give that a second to load up. Oh, wait, sorry. Give me 1 second, fam. Let me switch over. Make sure you guys can see my screen. All right, there we go. So I see an AUDUSD setup, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I know I want to get into this. Cool. Oh, man. I'm actually glad you guys are seeing this. The screen does kind of bug out sometimes, and I'm not going to even edit that out because I'm trying to see. This is what happens. Now, AUDUSD, if I want to get into AUDUSD trade sell, I can either click sell immediately, and it will bring up the order options. And I can put my lot, I can put my protective order in terms of my stop loss and TP, or I can come here and I'll go to the chart. Now, look, the AUDUSD price feed right now on this broker, which I believe they use Think Markets, is 65521. Now, AUDUSD on TradingView is 65530, right? So, pip difference, less than a pip difference in terms of price, may not really affect you unless you're a scalper, right? So I would say just keep that in mind. The price is a little different. If you need to, at the end of the day, this is what I like to tell my students. Let's say I got in based off of a M15 engulfing, right? Let's say this next candle is going to be an M15 engulfing. I can just look at what the price feed is here. Let's say I wanted my entry to be, sorry, my stop loss to be the low of right here. Let's say I wanted my stop loss to be right here. Instead of taking the low from trading view, I would just come to my chart real quick, see what the low is, and make that my stop loss. That's what I personally do to ensure that I'm getting the right exact stop loss that I need for my specific broker. Because like I said, different brokers give different price feeds, and you just have to rock with what your broker is rocking with. Again, do not complain about it. Why is it different? Oh my God. Shut up. Let's get this money, bro. If we got to use a different number to get this paper to pay them bills, that's what we got to do. At least we don't got to wake up early in the morning and get ready for work and hit the train 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to go through our own pain too, family. So we just got to rock with it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. That's how you would have to do it. So, come to the chart. I got my stop loss. Let's say my stop loss is going to be right there, right? So, what I would do, let's say I wanted to buy right now on AUD/USD. I see a setup I want to buy right now. Like I said, I can either hit this buy button automatically or come here and press buy. Now, anytime you press buy, unless you have one-click trading on, which I do not advise you guys to put on, just in case you mistakenly enter a trade, you don't want to have that because whatever lot size is on is going to put you in. If you click buy, it's going to come and ask you for the confirmation for your details. If you need to enter quickly and you know what lot size you need, enter your lot size. Let's say is a 0.01. Enter your lot size and simply press buy and sell. Right now, if you do got the time, and I would advise you to do so, especially being so new to this platform, put your protective stops in immediately. So my stop loss here, that'll be 65486, right? I know that I'm going to lose 70 cents with this, right? My take profit, let's just say is, let's say that's my take profit, right? I know I'm risking 63 cents to make $2, send order. I'm automatically, it makes a really ugly sound, and then I'm automatically in the trade, right? And as you can see, it shows it here, right? Family, it shows it here at this green dotted line. If I click SLTP, it will literally show you what your SLTP is. So, that's essentially how you would enter a trade, right? Now, let's say I wanted to modify my trade in terms of my stop loss and my take profit. This is how you do it. Now, you can do it on the chart too. As you can see, my stop loss, right? My stop loss for the trade. Oops. All right, here we go. My stop loss for the trade is, oops. Hold on, family. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why this thing is bugging. All right, cool. So I guess, like I said, family, this thing does kind of bug up a little bit. I want to show you guys how you can modify your trade. So what you could do, if you just right click it, you can hit modify. So let's say you want to move stop loss to break even. You can simply, change your stop loss numbers here, right? And then if you changed it, whatever you wanted to change your stop loss to, you can change it there, then hit modify, and your thing will automatically modify, or your take profit, you can modify like that. But what I wanted to show you guys was how you could do it actually with, okay, let me refresh the screen. You can actually do it with the chart too, kind of like how you could do it on Metatrader 5. All right, so if your chart is bugging up, just reset it refresh it real quick. There we go. So when you click on it, this should show. TP and stop loss should show. So I can also edit it like this. I can literally drag it up and then hit modify, and it will automatically modify for me. So that's also pretty cool. And you can see it lets you know right there. That's pretty cool. So again, if your thing bugs up a little bit, refresh your screen real quick. Again, this is the same thing that happened in sway charts when they first dropped. A lot of brokers are having to move abruptly because of what's going on with Metatrader 4 faster than they would want to, but they don't want to close down business. So it's like, realistically, guys, would you rather your broker or your funded account or company shut down temporarily? You're not even going to trust them to come back later. or would you rather just go through the bugs, you know what I'm saying, and kind of just roll with the punches? So you pick your poison. If you don't want to do nothing. So yeah, guys, I mean that's pretty much it with the website. You guys know how to kind of maneuver around this website. I know it's a little confusing. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I really wanted to give you guys an in-depth tutorial on this because I already know you're gonna be maneuvering and get confused. Like, oh my god, how do I get out of here? You know what I'm saying? So don't stress too much. Play around with it. Get comfortable with using it. My personal, we're gonna wrap it up like this. This is my personal opinion on this. It's so buggy, bro. It's not the best. Number one, you cannot use it on your phone. Don't even try to trade on your phone. It's not gonna work. You need a laptop or an iPad or tablet because it's a web version. So they need to work on the app fast or work on it being more compatible to iPhones or just phones in general. That's number one. Number two, it does bug up a lot. If it bugs, just refresh your screen, but it does bug up. So if you're a scalper, that may be annoying if you're trying to get your position. I know how important fast executions is. Number three, the lot sizing. Now, I'm not sure if it's different in any way. It's still the same broker, Think Markets. So it shouldn't be too different, but um, it's not the prettiest either. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's not the prettiest. I feel like they have a lot of unnecessary things you can do. You know, more options is not always the best. You know what I'm saying? If you went to a restaurant with a menu of 100 things, 1,000 things, you will probably never order. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they don't need a lot of this stuff. Metatrader 4 was just simple and effective. It wasn't pretty either. It was just simple and effective. You know what I'm saying? But we're just gonna have to adjust the same way we adjusted to Metatrader 4 when we first got introduced to it. If this was the first you got introduced to, this is all you would know. So it wouldn't be nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say good luck to my folk. Just keep rocking. Hopefully they do. Some bug fixes, but we won't keep rolling with punches. All right. So y'all have a phenomenal week. Play around with the platform. Get comfortable. Get familiar with it because you got to get this money. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a good one. This is Before the Millions. Let me go ahead and close this trade out. I know, yeah.